I don't know what just happened, but the iPad just like quit that whole stream out. It didn't say it had to reconnect. It didn't say anything. It just, the app just cut off. The app just literally just cut off. And then it asked me if I wanted to resume the stream. It didn't ask me nothing. What? I wonder what that is about. I wonder what that is about. Why did that happen? Wow. Okay. Yeah, if you whoever just jumped in, it just cut off. The app just disconnected by itself. It didn't say the stream ended, couldn't handle the connection, internet, nothing. And the app just canceled out, and then asked it if I wanted to resume the stream or anything. I ain't gonna feed into that. I ain't gonna feed into that right now. What I was saying about, I went back into the realm. I took about point 0.5 some psilocybin LNI, so it's probably like 1.5 grams of cubensis, and like if you want to equal out the potency of it, as I say, the proportion, the potency of it. So I went back in it, and I felt a lot better. I'm gonna go into the deets. I'm gonna go into the deets, but I felt a lot better, and I felt as though all the conclusions that I was coming to as to being nice more to be nice more than lending. You can put your hand, lend a helping hand, but more than putting pressure on somebody to change, be a certain way. It was, once I came to all those conclusions, I went back. I'm trying to see, cause it was a real relaxing trip. I just had some frequency music on, and I had my eyes closed, and it's mostly sitting there. I'm trying to recollect it now. It's mostly what happened after the trip. Mostly what happened after the trip. Dang, it's all just going through that whole train I was on. That first thing, just like zip zippity zoo, zippity zappity zoop, beep beep. But yeah, that's how it is, guys. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna get back into some painting and stuff like that. But damn it. Damn it. It's just a lot of letting go. It's just a lot of letting go, guys. It is. Cause in my mind, I'm like, I wanna. It's exactly what True was saying in his last trip about how he wanted to go to extra dimensions and things like that. That's how I was feeling the 4ACMO trip. I was like, I want to blast off. I want to go somewhere else, experience entities, anything that wanted to happen. I just wanted it to happen. So and so later I was being reminded about the steps that it taken, and I think that some videos that we run into on YouTube are just for us at that moment in time. Like, it was a video that I was watching of somebody that took like, I don't know why people put numbers on it, but he took like over 300 DMT trips and things like that, and he had a message to say, and it looked like a talking vagina when it was open. It's like, hey, what's going on? But he was talking, he was talking about how it's steps, and we all see this, how it's steps. You gotta clear out, go through the dark night of the soul, deal with the ego, and then deal with the ego being thinking it's spiritual, and then going through, it's just different layers and different traps of illusions that need to be shed out, that need to be shed from people. So that what was happening. A lot of shedding, and things went on with these two, with that last trip, and the residuals on the day afterwards. Cause it's been a while since I had an intense psychedelic trip, like with anxiety and things like that. Most of the time, the last anxiety trip I had was, and it wasn't even personal. It was when my girlfriend had her first psychedelic experience, and I had to be there for her. Y'all gonna hear that story. But it was more anxiety on making sure she was okay, not making sure that I was okay. This one was like, am I okay? No, I'm not okay. Oh, wow, okay, what are we doing about that? How can we fix it? Oh, yeah, okay, let's fix it now. I'm signing up. Okay, let's fix it now. Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's burn them contract. Let's burn that contract that I had with that guy over there. Yeah, I'm, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I just writing some new contracts out, guys. Writing some new contracts. And to tie on, what was he? It was just a lot of things that was hitting. That was hitting when I just heard that stream that you like. But I think I covered a lot of things that I wanted to put out. So no, if I yeah. Just know I'm be always completely honest on this channel. So if it is a pain that I'm feeling or if it's something that I'm going through, I'm gonna put it out in a way or develop a personal one-on-one friendship with somebody. I don't have personal one-on-one friendships with people except for my mom and my girlfriend. I think the thing with that is that I always feel as though I need to help my mom. Like I still like, Mom, you need to come out to California, start a new life and things. Stop going, get out the projects, start a whole new thing like that. And that's a lot of pressure on me. Like these are things that I be thinking gonna come up during my trips. And sometimes they do. But then when it's like I was watching Joey Diaz on the Mike Tyson podcast yesterday, and he was saying how every time he's about to go on stage, even though he's been doing it for like over 16 years, he gets incredibly nervous. Like, oh, you got 5 minutes to stage time, 5 minutes to stage time. So he still get the bubble guts and everything. But then he say, man, what I'm talking about, I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from New York, I got this, I've been doing, yeah, I'm here. When I'm in the trips, it always reminds myself, I guess this is the deja vu feeling that you get. It always reminds myself that, oh, this is who I am. I got this. I've been through this, I did this. This is who I am. Because I forget a lot. Like in my own personal life, I forget about accomplishment. I don't forget about, but I don't hold accomplishments that I accomplished in my mind as much as I do accomplishments that I do in reality. If you feel me. And I don't know if they got to do a Capricorn. I don't know if I'm just making up the Capricorn energy right now. But I'm a Capricorn moon, so it's like stuff that I want to get done. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this now or in the future, which is still now. Let me know. But it's cool. It's all good. Because why is that all good, bro? But what Mike Tyson was saying about Joey Diaz and going on stage is because then. Cool, you back. Yeah, I was saying earlier that it just cut off. The app just shut down itself, and that was about it. It. Didn't give me no warning, didn't say it didn't disconnect error, just cut off. And then didn't ask if I wanted to resume the stream or not. But yeah, it's something that I need to. That's why this last 4CML trip and the psilocybin trip that I went 2 days ago, and I think future journeys is really making me mentally a magician, that having master over the earth, air, wind, and fire elements of my soul spirit, of whatever makes up me, having as much control, or learning what that control is and moving into those masters. Like when you give the kid the controller to play the PlayStation, sometimes they still kind of mess up, but at least they're learning. At least now they had the control, and you're not playing them by having them have a second controller that's unplugged and you really playing it and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just tie. So right now I'm playing the controllers, and sometimes, guys, I probably press the wrong button. Reflexes probably not be equal all straight, but I have the control in my hand right now. I have the control right now, and I'm listening to the mushrooms and whatever it is out there to help me sharpen my skills up. They probably give me a modified controller and not the standard controller. Standard control. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, you now have hands on the remote of self. Yeah, the remote. It is a remote. It's remote, but it's not removed. Seems removed. That read got to me. But yeah, it's there because I was saying about Alice in Wonderland. It just came to me, the Alice in Wonderland journey, how they said that She was there before. She was there before. She just forgot her name. She just forgot her name. She had to defeat the Jabberwocky and everything. And she's like, how am I supposed to defeat the Jabberwocky? And they like, how did you forget how to defeat the Jabberwocky? You did it. You was the only one that was able to do it. You need to learn how. You need to remember. Not even just learn how to do it. They said remember. Because like you already learned how to do it. So I see myself as Alex. And now I'm like, all right, now we through the looking glass now. We about to go back through the looking glass and mess with and go see through time and go through times and dimensions now. We know what this is about. We know what this is about. We going through back through the looking glass. Okay. But yeah, and trips they want me to remember. And yeah, man, and that's what it is. That's why I like practicing meditation and doing yogas and just having these conversations on psychedelics and things like that, because it just keeps me in the rhythm. Keeps me in the rhythm. Your environment is what you're going to be taking out. Like the words are crystallized thoughts. So when those crystallized thoughts, those whole worlds that's been crystallized and put into words hit you and things like that, you in that environment. You in whatever your thoughts, and that's where you are. Some say I should, some say I should them how to do, some say I should them how to do, some of them showed, how they were doing, some say I showed them how to do what they are showing me. Oh, okay. That was real topsy-turvy. But wow, that's trippy. It wasn't making, it was, yeah, that's wild. And and if Yoel is doing it, that's what we're all doing. That's what we're all doing, man. That's why I like to hear from people that's going deep into this, because they bringing back the most truth, fresh. And it probably could go, it is going through some kind of filter, but you can hear it in somebody's voice. I know I can. And it's good times. But I'm seeing now where I was saying the need to create an environment that reminds you of who you are. That's why you hear in certain traditions, like pagan traditions and Wiccan traditions, how they put up certain statues of goddesses and gods and things around it. And they like, oh, this god is not really like, oh, I worship this god, but it's like a symbolic representation of this. And you keep things around yourself that remind you of who you really are, That's why I started, no matter if my art is that good or not, sometimes I just put it up on the wall. Just put it up on the wall to say, yes, you can interact with the muses and do something. Create something with that hand. Because when I paint, it's like I am interacting with the muses. I am interacting with forces that is not just the pen and the paper and mixing the colors. It's like something else. There's something else going on. But it's really, really exciting, guys. It's really, really exciting. To actually remember. Because you could talk yourself up. But until you're just there in the dark and it's just you, it's just you. It's just you. Whatever that means. But yeah, I brought some more sage recently. Get back into that practice, burning some sage before I go into these journeys, and just before I start the show, or before I just in the house, period. Just burning some sage. Even if the sage don't mean nothing and it's all just an illusion, it reminds me of what I want the sage to do. So if I want to play out in this reality, that I'm putting intention into it. If you want to say that I'm putting intentions, and that intention comes out through the smoke. That's how I see it. Because it's a play on Mogwart. I'm going to try that out. I heard of that before. Let me, bang, screenshot so I can remember. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna keep it up because it's time to be the magician that I am. So, and not really flutter from it. Not really flutter, staying strong because a magician is not a weak motherfucker. A magician is not a hippy dippy just, oh yeah, that's how I was playing in the flowers today. It's like it's people that really talk like that. Like I used to really think that that was just on TV. I used to really think that was on TV, but I moved to California and it's a lot of people out there, like, and in a whole lot of shapes and forms. Like even the way that I see True Life presenting his stories, the way that I'm presenting my stories. I got a green screen right now like him too, but y'all see the different ways that I try to bring out the different stories that I have. If you got to do things in ways that's unique to us, don't follow a trend. And be unique, be original. Because all trends come with through a form of pain. Because that's how things get brought. I don't know if that's how things only get brought through. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Because if it is, then it isn't. And if it isn't, then it is. So just chuck that across the shoulder for right now. It's like in my head, I literally just saw it. Boop, 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 boop. I can't wait till the animation get back up, man. Everything I do is gonna be animated. Every movement I do with my hands. But that's what it is. And dealing and and things are gonna get only disruptive in my life. I'm saying this to myself too. Will only get disrupted in my life if I do not listen. If I allow anger to have any foot. And it's wild. The only reason I be paying attention to astrology sometimes is because, and why I be looking into it, because when I actually do look into it, it be like, that's what I was just going through. Like you say, Mercury's in retrograde right now. And and they were saying it's going to affect mostly fire signs and air signs. So fire signs, I'm Sagittarius, that means think before you do. And before I read about this Mercury retrograde, because it was saying fire signs, because I'm mutable fire, I like to let mutable fire, and which is Sagittarius, it likes people to see what they're doing. I mean, see how I feel in a fiery way. Like, I want you to see how I feel now. Now, see how I feel. And that's why the psilocybin and stuff is not really my ego doing it, but it is my lower natures playing out. Like, I want you to see this now. But when it come out to, like, my relationship with my girlfriend and things, but we worked that out. We worked that out, just for the record. And it's still working out, because no things change like that. Like I was saying before, came to the conclusion of, it's not just going to change like that. But the love exists, and the love is going to shape whatever else is going to occur. And I be going so fast. I talk fast, guys. I can't even keep up with myself. Dang. I was moving on to something else. Oh yeah, the Aries signs. I got something written right here that was reminding me of it. Thanks, me. the Mercury retrograde and stuff. It was telling people. Yeah, the Mercury retrograde. Thanks you. Mercury retrograde was talking about fire signs and how they have to think now before they do. And I was saying the psilocybin. This was correlating to my journey because I was saying, yo, this is what I know is true. It's working for me. It's going to work for you now. Like, why are you not taking mushrooms now? Eat this, eat this, eat this. Oh, you don't want to eat it? Well, I'm going to tell you what it told me and what I think is telling me to tell you right now. See. And that's the problem that I was having. And I was seeing that it was coming more explosive. This retrograde was happening. But I was saying, before I even heard about this retrograde, the only reason I care about the retrograde is that I had a dream about 3 nights ago, and I wrote it down on a tablet, so I can't look it up right now, where I was being led down different hallways, corridors, and it was cool. But they were saying that they wanted me to be indicted or introduced to the, what I just say, societies, but it was like different groups. It wasn't just like one singular society, like, oh yeah, you're about to be into this, but it was like different things. But they said I had to meet up with some certain guy first, who was like probably the headmaster, head honcho. That's how I just put it into terms and language. But I remember walking down these hallways. It's kind of dark, but real elegant, real like detailed, but still like a a a dim lightness to it, a dim lightness. So sometimes it was bright, but it was more dim lightness. I remember opening up the door, people was in their lunch. It was like lunchroom tables kind of though, and people was just like, they seemed about my age or something. And they would just go comparing notes and things. The hallway of a minute of a mentee. I'm gonna look up what that means, unless you can tell you what that means now. But I met up with the guy, and he was just a cool. He was just a cool guy. I don't remember how he really looked, but I don't know, I think he had dark skin or something like that. I don't know. But he was going over my records, and they saying, yeah, you're a cool guy, you're a cool person, and all. But we see on your records that you were angry for these 3 days when you worked at the Franklin Fountain. And the Franklin Fountain is one of my old jobs from like 3 years ago. And so they said, so we have to follow you along for a while to just so we can see how you are for ourselves. For ourselves. So we can come to our own conclusions. Because and I remember I was real lucid in this dream. I was like, just saying, so because you're real. And I remember saying, man, it's that white people. So they judging me for it. That was years back. I probably wasn't even angry. But then I like was still attentive and listening. But I remember having that thought. And then I remember saying, man, I remember even thinking in my thought dream saying, man, why am I even thinking that's what white people say? Like, just get that. It's just me convince myself something else too. So I'll just consider listening. Say, hey, we got to follow you around, make sure, and just see for ourselves how you are, how things are. Because this is on your record. So we just have to follow around and make sure things, and just see. So I was like, okay, cool. And I also saw my uncle in there that helped raise me a bit. And they was saying, yeah, your uncle was part of one of these groups too. But he was only part of one of the groups, not the multiple groups that they was trying to get me in. Just one of the groups. That was something for the record that I noted. And I was talking to him before I went into the room. And I remember him saying to me, remember when I said you couldn't live in my house anymore? Because I used to live in his house, but then I wanted to go move back with my mom back in the projects. He lived like he was a lawyer. He lived in a mansion and stuff. And he tried to give me a better outlook on life and things like that. So I remember him saying, yeah, remember I said you wasn't allowed to come back to my house, where now you're allowed to come back in. And I remember like feeling a lot of relief and joy from that. So I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. So then when they told me it's part of one of the societies or something like that, I was like, oh, okay. So then later, like 2 days later, I just read it yesterday about the Mercury retrograde and how it applies to fire signs and things like that. And I was like, this is exactly what I was going through. And things that I was ranting on to my girlfriend about how I see that I need to be nice. And I was describing what nice is, but I was still seeing how I was still saying it in a way where I'm saying you're there and I'm somewhere else and I have to be nice because of some things you don't understand. So then it was coming another block where I say, instead of describing so much, because I like to describe things so that people don't get me confused. Like that's something that's big in me. I'm like, I got to describe this so you don't get me fucked up. Like you ain't gonna get me fucked up and go along in your little world and paint me as this little thing when I'm really this and I'm becoming this and I'm becoming aware of all this. You ain't just gonna put me in some box. So that's the feeling that be coming up in me. So that's why I'll be over explaining things to her a lot. So it was like, no, instead of over explaining it, become that explanation. Become it even more. So much that you don't have to talk about it. That you don't feel the need to talk about it. Because you're that. You're that. And I've been coming more of that over the couple months. Like this is not just, oh wow, I'm just now thinking about this, but it's been a steady process. But now it's like recently it's been a jump start. A huge jump start. To like it's do or don't. It's do or don't now. So that's what it is. That's how it go. And that's what it is. And with the dreams and everything. So pay attention to your dreams, guys. Especially after trips or even just period. Start writing them down. Start writing them down because it can really help out. It's really helping me out a lot. And actually remembering dreams, because when I go back and look at a dream and then see what's going on today or yesterday, I see how it was correlated or see how it can help me. And in the dreams is really it's really hitting some spots. It's really hitting some spots. And like Yoel was saying, it's the spirit room. It's where you going. It's where you are. It's what's always creating a reality that you're that I'm it seems like that's the engine that's creating the reality that I'm seeing now. That everything. So it's a real lot of explosive things going on. It's a real lot of explosive things, and keeping it together is only gonna come through going deeper. It's not gonna come from me just waddling in water on the shore, but diving deep into the Pisces Neptunian water. I got a whole just to talk, just for story talk. If y'all want to watch it or not, I made a astrology before I made this video on just what's going on, what from my point of view was going on in the stars and everything. And I got the green screen up so it can pop up on the side so you can see for yourself the transits and what's going on, and also hear my voice alongside of it. So it's not just my voice, but also your subconscious taking in the positionings and things for yourself, so that you can come to your own conclusions. Because I'm not giving nobody no pain, but I do mention my dream and things that I do mention my dream again in that astrology thing, so you can skip past that part when you get to it. But it's a video. It's what's going on. It's what's going on in my brain, and I connected to my dreams and everything. So that's the world. That's the realm of reality that I'm living in, guys. And thanks for tuning in. This has been wonderful. If y'all got anything, you want to bring up real quick, we can tie on that. But yeah, another thing, it can get confusing. And I say a lot of things now that y'all know. This is my confession and things I was going through in my relationship. Don't latch on to this pain. Like, do what you gotta do for yourself. Do what you gotta do in your world. But I see that in my life that I was dang, it just slipped out of my mouth. Oh wow, yeah, I guess that point, yeah. It is what it is. Oh, it was something that was based off of dreams do connect to trips a lot. Like, they help translate info. Yeah, like something can probably go on too crazy in a trip, or probably forget something happened in the trip, and then it reoccurs in the dream. That's why, like, dreams are important. And some people, I found out, I was talking to my grandma, and she was saying, yeah, I still have dreams, and I see people I don't see in real life and things like that. And she was telling me how my grandpa doesn't have dreams. Or if he did have a dream, he don't remember nothing. But for the most part, he claims that he doesn't have dreams at all. So that weird, it doesn't worry me, because I'm free. I'm free. So, but it just shows me. It just shows me how beneficial dreams are, and how much they should be analyzed or written down and just pondered upon, just tied upon, any of the above. Because then when you have these psychedelic journeys, you're going to be like, whoa, it was like a dream. Males can have dream issues. Yeah. Too caught up in what in here, I suppose. That's just what I think. That's why they be saying too, let the statistics speak for themselves, and let people do what they do based off the statistic, instead of saying, hey, so see a statistic, now do this, this. So when I talk, I'm gonna be losing a lot of language. Like, you could, I suggest, as I do a lot of that, I suggest you could. Well, I'm going to see how things go. And this is why I came to the conclusion. You welcome testify during the last 4AC mode trip that I don't. It was a struggle for me after that trip to actually know what to put out on this channel from there on out. Like how deep, how much information, how honest to be. If I want to get on here when I'm feeling a little probably upset or any of the calls, I didn't know. It's because I was having those feelings like I don't want to attach pain that I'm feeling onto other people. I don't want them to now be living out this reality that I'm going through in the pain. But also, I don't want to come on the camera fronting. I don't want to be fronting for the camera. No, sorry, Bob, not over here. I'd rather just do something else. But when it comes with honesty, it comes with what you see. What you see. It's talking about both sides of the coin. I'm alive and I'm dead. I'm telling the truth and I'm lying. At every point, at every instance. As long as I'm here on earth. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And that's why I had to strengthen up. Like if you feeling guilty about something, then that means it means there's something going on that you probably really got to deal with. Don't push it out. Don't push it out. Don't let your ego reign. I like people that keep it real. Thanks, you. That's the only way I can keep it now, guys. And I've been just fighting to be more even real. And the more real I be, the more art y'all gonna see. The more changing of the voices y'all are gonna see. The more the more skits y'all gonna see. The more people y'all gonna see connected to the show. The more people y'all gonna see in the show. It's a nigga right there. Y'all just don't recognize. Look at him. Look at him right there. He's saying, hey. And he got a hair right there. Right there he goes, little feet, and he got a little dress. Like, there's people here, man, already, but y'all get what I'm saying. So, that's how it is. That's how it is. So, thanks for tuning in, Thanks for tuning in, True Life. This has been Tai. Awesome experience. This is a trip in and of itself. That's what these videos are. Look at these videos as trips. All these are experiences. That's what this is. So let's take experiences and do what we do. And with that, guys, man, like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys. We all tie, but do we really tie? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I really don't know. But there's no worries over here. Just tie always and talk that tie. Peace.